I wanted to take a second to just kind of walk things back a little bit and talk about how you guys came together, how Two Canadian OTs came about, how you guys were able to bring on Alec, who is unfortunately not able to be with us here today, but just kind of how that grew. And then we can kind of go into, how we found each other, and just sort of give a little bit of some background there.
So I'll start with our origin story. So Karen, we were friends. We met in OT school. We became friends, and it was like I think it was maybe our final months of placement. Maybe we were grabbing lunch or something, and we're talking about like, oh, what's the plans for the future? And Karen's like, I'm gonna do this thing called travel OT, and I latched on immediately. Like, what is that? What do you mean? I had so many questions for her. And so she went, did her thing. 7 months later, I followed in her footsteps and Karen was my main support system. And then I feel like for maybe 3 years or so, we would both get questions randomly from former classmates of, oh, we've heard you've traveled or we've heard you worked in the States. Like, what is the process? So that just kind of started organically, that we started mentoring people. And then I kind of approached Karen and I was like, hey, I think there's really a need for this. Do you want to make an online course with me? And she said yes. And that was kind of the first iteration of Karen and I working on this self-paced course together to help Canadian OTs move to the States, whether it was permanent, whether it was travel. I don't remember the timeline, but at one point we started reaching out to student liaisons of schools just to say, hey, can we just chat to you guys, share our experience? And that was a really warm reception. Like people, they've always been interested, I think, since we've moved. So then where we are now, just kind of fast forwarding, in the past 2 years or so, people would go through our course, but the OTs that really settled on travel, they'd always come back to us and they'd say like, hey, like this has been really helpful. I want to do travel, but do you have any advice on finding a recruiter that's familiar working with Canadians? And that was a constant theme
Hmm.
throughout. And I was like, well, I always had like some really amazing ones that I educated and kind of let them know the process of the visa, but it was just such a constant theme that we decided like we really need a hub to find recruiters and agencies that actually specifically work with Canadians, because the process, there's a lot of little nuances. It's a little different than just saying I have my license and I'm ready tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then I want to highlight, I know Alex not here today. He has the flu, but I just want to highlight he's such a good addition to the team. So I actually met Alec in undergrad. So he was always interested in just OT in general as well. And we really needed like a third set of eyeballs on the project. Like we are still both actively working OTs. It's busy. We love it, all that stuff. And I think in the future he's probably interested in travel OT. So I said, hey, do you want to learn, work for us, and kind of take care of the logistics, meet the recruiters? Sometimes I feel being an OT, like I can get so far in it, and it's always really helpful just to have an outsider's perspective. Someone that doesn't work in the industry can be just as valuable as someone that does.
Yeah. And I think it was a lot to do with Christina and her initiative. The Two Canadian OTs wouldn't have been established if it wasn't for her and her vision, and just seen her expand to our partnership with Ardor is just amazing. And I am so happy that she is helping us with this partnership and setting it all together.
Thank you,
We're excited
Sam.
to partner with you guys.
Yes, yeah.